Hello. Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So, things are looking really green today, all around. Stock market, crypto. And that's due to an inflation reading, and it came in really bad, which is really good. So, Bitcoin and crypto are ready to pump. Let's talk about what's going on and cover the latest news. All right, let's do it, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are starting out a day hot at 113.5, which is a little bit higher than yesterday. Yesterday, we did start out how it went down. We're hotter today. So let's see if it's going to continue. And ETH up there a little bit, but still kind of stagnant as of late, but not Sol. Sol is now above this resistance, now at 223. Sui almost back to 360. XRP is around 3. AVAX today making a big jump today, up 9% today. Things are starting out great. Great. Looking at the US market, NASDAQ is in green. Dow kind of red. No idea why, but couple reasons why today. Actually, one reason, not couple reasons. One reason. We got an inflation report. PPI inflation report came out. Wholesale prices, that's what PPI is measuring. And it unexpectedly fell down 0.1%. It was estimated to go up by 0.3%. And we didn't even go down. We didn't come in below expectations like 0.2% or 0.1% or 0%. We actually fell down. That's a huge fall. That's a 0.4% difference from estimates. That is very unexpected. Not just unexpected, very extremely unexpected because all indicators were showing that we were going upwards. And tomorrow we have another CPI report coming out, and that's for consumers. If that also shows we're declining, then watch out. Watch out. The floodgates are going to open because this is going to skyrocket in a good way. Right now, it's still weird. Okay, even after the horrific jobs revision yesterday, we're still only at 10% for a 50 basis point cut. Everyone is calling for a 50 basis point at this point. Today's inflation report should also help this. We should already be at like 30%, to be honest. So I don't know what is holding us back. But if tomorrow we get another inflation report showing that things are going down, that should be a lock. It should be a lock. There's no reason why we can't have accelerated rate cuts starting next week. But we're at 90-10 right now. There is still a chance, low chance, but seeing how we lost magically 1 million jobs out of nowhere and inflation is ticking down, that's everything the Fed needs to cut and cut aggressively. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Tomorrow will be a big day, but today we're off to a good start with this. And crypto is reacting positively. So nothing to complain about. Nothing to complain about. Some other macro stuff. Trump blocked from firing the Fed Governor Lisa Cook as this goes to the Supreme Court. So again, a lot of things going to the Supreme Court. Tariffs going to the Supreme Court. Tariff decision. Firing Fed governors for cause. Going to the Supreme Court. A lot of stuff going to the Supreme Court. And also, Trump and India may be finally coming to some kind of trade deal after Trump tells the EU to put 100% tariff on Indian goods. So we'll see what comes of that. If a deal is made, that would be good. Although this is right before a Supreme Court decision. So I think it's smart. I think Trump is smart to try to finalize the deal quickly, because if the tariffs are ruled illegal, then, he can't impose all these tariffs. But if you have a trade deal going, you can't take that back. So I think it's in the best interest to make a deal ASAP. All right. What else is there? Looking at inflows from yesterday, we barely squeaked out a positive, and that's due to BlackRock. BlackRock continues to load up. Others sold yesterday, you can see, Fidelity and Bitwise and ARK, but not BlackRock, and we actually turned a positive yesterday. And ETH also. We finally turned positive from BlackRock, so wondering if that is a good sign, because we had 6 consecutive days of outflows, and we finally got one. So that's good. That's good. What else is good? Metaplanet is going to offer $1.44 billion in stock offering because they want to buy, guess what? More Bitcoin, right? That's no surprise. They are really amping up their Bitcoin game. They really want to follow in Saylor's footsteps. They already have, but they're trying to catch up really quickly. And speaking of Saylor, he mentioned something that a lot of us knew, but he's going to say it outright, and his shareholders, his major shareholders, may not like it. But take a listen to what he just said here.
The CEO of Vanguard became very famous for saying he didn't think Bitcoin was an asset, it didn't generate cash flows, and they wouldn't let their clients buy it. Do you know who the largest shareholder is of my company? Vanguard. Okay, so you think about that a little bit, right?
Yeah, basically, he's pointing out the hypocrisy of some of these guys that tells you one thing and does another. He's even pointing it out with his own company and how Vanguard's the largest shareholder, even larger than BlackRock, yet the CEO says he's not a fan of Bitcoin, even though he invested in one of the the largest Bitcoin treasury company in the world. Think about that. BlackRock used to be the same thing. BlackRock, I believe, is the second largest shareholder. They used to say, well, we're not quite sure yet, but now they turn. So we're waiting for Vanguard to turn too. In case you're wondering, Vanguard is just as big, if not bigger. Their assets, like in total, their asset, they're not as big as BlackRock. I think BlackRock is a large asset manager, but they're like number 2 or something. But if you look at a lot of these crypto companies like Strategy and Coinbase and others, Vanguard is actually number 1. So again, I guess the point is, don't be fooled. There are still some that'll tell you one thing, but they're doing something behind the scenes. They're trying to fake you out, but at this point, no one can be faked out by Bitcoin's momentum and rise this last year. It's not going to go away. It's a solid investment, and this is why everyone is loading up. Bitcoin addresses that buy and never sell hit record levels. Record levels. That's good. And also another company, a lot of you guys know, Gamestop, just reported a horrible quarter, but they were sort of saved by their Bitcoin profits. They purchased $500 million worth of Bitcoin, and they saw $28 million in unrealized gains, and that helped offset their losses. So it came in at 18.5 million loss, but they would have came in at like 40 million or 50 million had they not purchased Bitcoin. And it's controversial because GameStop originally raised $1.4 billion, and they hinted that they were going to use it all to buy Bitcoin, but they only purchased 500 million, and the rest of it they just stopped. And Ryan Cohen, the CEO, doesn't talk about Bitcoin anymore, unfollowed all the Bitcoin guys, and it's like it never happened. Like he's trying to pretend like it didn't happen. Yet this is the strategy. This is going to help them if they continue to go down this path. Bitcoin treasury companies are doing fantastic. Selling games, unfortunately, is not. And most of their growth is actually selling collectible stuff, not games. So my point is, they need to embrace Bitcoin more. I don't see why. They have cash. They can start going down the same path. Saylor already proved it works, and Wall Street loves it. Why would you not continue forward? All right. Now, as for some charts, we have been stuck around 112, right? Obviously, right now, we have broken above. We're looking like we want to break above 114, which is really good, because this 112 has been a pretty hard resistance that used to be a support. So we want to break through that and continue. And that is looking like what's happening right now. We also have on the weekly scale, the stochastic RSI is about to flip. And when it flips, it's good. Last time it flipped at this level was back in April. And that's when Bitcoin went from 70,000 all the way up to 120,000. So are we going to see that in the final few months of this year, leading us to $200,000? I certainly hope so. Even the signals show, yeah, that's what we're about to do. We're in the final stage of this mini inverse head and shoulders, and we are ready to rock. Ready to rock. And outside of Bitcoin, we got other things that are ready to rock and form new highs. You have another company called QMMM that has treasury, $100 million treasury plan, targeting not only Bitcoin, Ethereum, but also Solana. And right now, you guys know Solana is catching on fire. There's already treasury firms like Sol Treasury. They actually debuted on Canadian exchange. I mean, Canadian exchange, no. Canadian company debuting on NASDAQ. Actually, I didn't even look at it. STKE. I should start following that. But you also have a ton of whales right now. Could be a reason why ETH has been more stagnant. Probably the reason why. Because a lot of whales are rushing to Solana now. It's starting to get hot. And we know next month we're going to get a whole bunch of ETF approvals too. So that may be the reason why we're certainly seeing momentum shift. And speaking of collectibles, you have dApps on top of Solana, like this new one called Crypt, that has tokenized Pokemon cards. Pokemon cards, in case you're not aware, are very hot once again. They were hot years ago, like back in 2021. The market softened in 2022, 2023, but 2024 started making a comeback. In 2025 now, it's super hot again. But RWA is a great way to expand upon that. So basically, this dApp is allowing people to kind of randomize Pokemon cards in a digital way. This is one of the reasons why Sol and its activity is getting really hot, right? TVL is all-time high, stablecoins all-time high, volume and transactions getting to all-time high, revenue getting to all-time high. Things are really hot, really, really hot, and that's good. Speaking of ETF, XRP ETF in Canada sets a new record, and we know XRP is also going to come in October. So that could be tremendous as well. A lot of interest, a lot of XRP army. waiting for that to happen. And there's another company, CWD, that skyrocketed 2,500% because they launched and they have a Chainlink treasury. This is the newest thing. Again, this is why GameStop is kind of idiotic right now. All these companies are coming out with digital asset treasuries, crypto treasuries, and they're embracing it, and their stock is skyrocketing. And GameStop somehow made the leap and now trying to hide from it. Makes no sense whatsoever. 0 cents. I've said this. GameStop should just make it. Anyone could actually walk in and purchase crypto over the counter. I mean, they have the stores. It's better than Bitcoin ATMs. Why don't they enable that? And they can make fees by helping people to do that. That is a big way to gain new revenue in the stores. Don't know why they're not doing that. Anyways, Oracle somehow is popping. It's at 37%. That's crazy. But you got a lot of things popping today. Nvidia popping 5%. 5%. That's crazy for the largest company in the world. Robinhood up, MicroStrategy up, Coinbase up. Obviously, Bitcoin is up over 114 now. And ETH is up, Sol is up. It's all good. It's all good. All right, guys, let's do some Q&A. Look at Sol at 225. Yep. Elon tweeted ETH. Did he really? Evil asked, George, do you like customizing your vehicles with wheels? You know, when I was younger, I did that. I purchased aftermarket wheels. But these days, I feel like manufacturers have gotten way better with their wheel selection, so there's like really no need. Although I've seen some really good customized cars with really sick wheels, but these days, like all the cars I purchased, they're good, you know? So I don't really need to customize it. I would like to add a custom exhaust to my Ferrari though. I do feel like it's too quiet. Upon startup, it's really loud, but then when you drive it, it's really quiet. So I would like to do exhaust, but exhaust on Ferraris suck because anything you do triggers a check engine light, and they're really difficult to get rid of. H-bar to $1. Yeah, that's only a 4x. That can certainly happen. That can certainly happen. They were much higher before. Yeah, they were much higher before. Actually, in terms of market cap, this is the highest they've ever been. They must have released a whole bunch of tokens. So, you know what? I'd take that back. I don't know if they could do a 4x. That's wow. The market cap is way higher now than before. Look at this. We're still going. In case you guys missed it, I debuted on my other channel last night. Some of you guys joined. I had like 50 people at one point, 50, 60 people. Out of my boredom and because of my addiction to Clash Royale, I decided I'm going to start streaming some of my games. And we did a tournament last night. There was like about 30 people, 29 people. I streamed for like 2 hours. It was, no, hour and a half. This is probably too long. But I'm going to start doing that on my other channel. I am George. In case you guys missed it, yeah, feel free to join. Overall, the video got over 1,000 views. So over 1,000 people still watched it. That's pretty impressive. Do you think XRP could 4x this cycle? Yeah. Yeah, it could probably do a 5x. How I see it is this. Bitcoin can do a 2x. Okay? Which means ETH could probably do a 3x. Which means Sol, Sui, XRP, they could probably do a 4x, 5x. And others could do even more than that. Because we're not even in full-blown altcoin season yet. We have barely started. I may do one just this afternoon because I'm bored. Tomorrow, if we get another inflation reading and it comes in unexpectedly lower, the floodgates are going to open. It's going to be crazy. Can Gala do 20 cents? Gaming has been really, really calm. So, and Gala itself, I've heard nothing but bad news about Gala, I'm going to be honest. Their main guy, who was the head of their gaming, left and took like 20 of their like game developers with them. So, and I've always heard like, and then the founders were suing each other. I don't think that ever ended. So I don't think Gala is going to come back. So to go to 20 cents from 1.7 cents, I don't think it's going to happen. And you could see how it has made no momentum at all. Within the last year even, nothing. So I don't really. What happened to CoinMarketCap? Wow, they made it much easier to look at. All the ads and everything disappeared. Wow. This is much cleaner. Any thoughts on Banker? No. Is it a stock or crypto? Banker coin? Zero thoughts on Banker. Looking at your chart, ain't doing too well either. Actually, they just started in August. Bonk is secret release. I think Bonk is like the biggest meme on Sol. So it's going to do well regardless. As Sol gets hotter, it's going to get hotter. Secret phone, I don't know what that's going to do. It's just like, if you get it, great. It's not going to help pump Solana. What's your deck at the moment? You'll have to watch my my other stream. I got a deck that's been winning. I just hit 12,000 trophies last night. But I may have to change it because I feel like everyone's trying to counter it now. But yeah, I'm gonna be streaming a lot more. I don't know if there's a consistent time or just randomly on my I am George. And that channel is meant for everything. It's a variety channel, right? So if I ever get to a point where I'm, doing vlogs of vacation or working on cars or visiting nice cars or something, and I happen to record it, I'll put it all on that channel. It's been dead for a long time. I used to do my house videos on there, and it was actually very popular. People love seeing my house build until this weirdo decided to scare the hell out of me by like just going into my unbuilt house and saying hi to me. So I stopped doing those. A lot of people were really disappointed. Um, Advice for people who want to start making content: just do it. The more content you do, the better you'll get at it. You are you're your own worst enemy. You will critique yourself way harder than anyone else. So just do it, really. Whatever content you feel like doing, even if it's about your life, even if it's just like short form videos about your life or about anything, even crypto. I don't suggest crypto. Crypto is so hard to do now. There's way too many people doing it. Everyone's trying to jump in on bandwagon. So I suggest anything else besides crypto, and just do it. And I would concentrate on short form these days. Short form first, then do long form. Lucky Sky, I saw what you wrote before you retracted it. I don't know why you retracted it, but I agree with you. I don't know how like super influencers, famous influencers, how they like. Uh, well, I guess I know because a lot of them have like crazy amount of security. Like I show Speed, he still is. He's just traveling everywhere, and everywhere he goes, there's like millions of people following him. I don't know how he has any private time anymore. Like someone like him has zero private time. Like he gets recognized everywhere. It would just be the same as Mr. Beast or any of these guys. Like I like to get more famous and get bigger and grow the brand, but I hopefully never ever, and I don't think I will, get to these peak levels where I get recognized every day, everywhere I go, because that would suck. Um, yeah. Neil, you think you lock yourself up in a mega mansion is a nice life, but traveling is a big thing. How did a post at the bottom of the stairs work out? Are you and your family used to it? I have not done those stairs for a long time. I should, but I haven't done it in a long time. That actually did pretty well, I think. XRP dude, best supercar to buy for price appreciation. Are you talking about hypercars or just supercars? If you just want to buy any good regular supercar, get a Porsche. Porsches hold their value. No matter any of the 911s hold their value. Doesn't matter which one, and you don't have to just get a GT3 or a RS or a Turbo S, even a regular Carrera. All the new ones hold their value extremely well. I'm like, you know, borderline famous, I would say. I get recognized every so often, randomly, which is cool, but that's good. You know, I'm fine with that. Like, I don't want to be to a point where every restaurant I go to, someone comes up to me, or if I'm Costco shopping, people come up to me all the time. Like, I don't want to get to that level. Well, before, when I was still doing a lot of my car content, I would get double recognized from my car channel and from my crypto channel. That was back in like 2021. And sometimes like it's just like weird. Rankin asks, what do you think about the baskets of crypto.com offers now? It would be a great 4-pair mix. Are you talking about the ETFs? Yeah, they're in collaboration with Trump Media, I think. So basically, basket ETFs, you know, it's just for like noobs, right? People that don't know any better, purchasing baskets of crypto with the ETF. That's gonna be a good thing, and I think there will be a lot more of it. And then, you know, we're gonna get variety of buckets. One for like memes, you know, one for big caps, one for like small caps, one for L1s. I mean, there will be a lot down the road. Gary, speaking of squats, I started doing that again yesterday in the gym. Man, I hate squats, but I gotta do it because my knee, I've told you guys I have a knee problem, at least one knee problem. So I really have not worked out my legs at all besides biking. And I need to strengthen it. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be real honest. This is probably a problem a lot of you guys have. Um, I have no like backside anymore. my my butt has no like meat there at all, which I don't care about it from a looks perspective. But now when I sit, I actually sit on like my hip bones, and it hurts. If I sit on anywhere flat, I could feel it right down to my bones, and that's not a good thing. So I'm also doing squats to hopefully build up some more muscle back there because that's what happens when you get old. Yeah, or I have to get a BBL. I do a lot of biking. That's my primary cardio. That might be the reason why. Uh, can Sol Sui Ando do a 5X or not? Yes. Yes. I hate, Matt, the one exercise I hate the most of all exercises is deadlifts. I hate it. I hate it. And I feel like I have a hard time keeping my back straight when I do deadlifts. I feel like my arms are too short. And when I reach down, I can't quite reach it with a 45. I feel like I need the plates to be elevated. But I hate deadlifts. I hate it with a passion, but I think I'll start doing it again. Because the exercise that you hate the most are usually the most beneficial. Scotty, yeah, it sucks. Like again, I don't care about the looks on my backside. I just care about like now when I sit on the steps, I sit anywhere, flat bench, anywhere, I just feel it on my bones. Either my hip bone or some kind of bone back there, my femur bone or whatever, I'd be hitting bone on flat surfaces, and it just does not feel comfortable. What do you think about the new UFO footage? I've seen it. A missile strike this orb thing, and it doesn't blow up. It like bounced off of there, and then the orb thing got knocked off its course, but it's still floating, which is really unusual. And have you guys been keeping up with that 3I/Atlas comet, supposed comet, that's coming into our solar system at like 180,000 kilometers per hour? And more and more people are saying that it's not a comet because it doesn't behave like a comet. It actually changes course, and the tail is methane's coming out or something. So they think it's more propulsion than anything. I really hope within our lifetime. I honestly feel there are definitely aliens out there. I really don't want the aliens to come within our lifetime, because if that happens, nothing good will come of investments. I think all investments will tank to like zero if aliens came. So I really hope that doesn't happen in our lifetimes. Let's hope it happens like 200 years down the road, not now. It would be disastrous for investments. It might be the end of humanity if that's the case too. Crypto Crow is here. Crow, you still have your meme coin? Is that what it is? Your Crow coin? I've been waiting to launch mine. I think if I launch it during the hottest altcoin season peak time, it's go pump to $1 billion. If aliens come to the U.S. or okay, that's stupid. Naive of me to say to the U.S. If aliens come to the Earth, to the planet, it's not gonna be a good thing. They're not gonna be like aliens that come and say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna help you solve all your problems." No, that's not gonna be the case. They're either here to take over the Earth for our supplies, minerals, and stuff, or they're going to enslave us, or they're going to eat us. Nothing will be good from the encounter. They're not going to come and say, well, yeah, you guys look like you're pretty advanced, so we're going to help you advance more. No, that's not going to happen. Crow, you still looking to fight? I am out of the IFC now. I've stopped. I stopped to being a promoter. And Karate Combat has their own issues, so I'll just leave it at that. A lot of the IFC guys went to CFN now, and a lot of them are going to be fighting. We kind of like helped them get bigger in a way, but it was fun, and I appreciate you joining for the very first one. All right, I will. They will marvel at our ability to make nukes. They won't marvel at it. They'll probably laugh at it because they probably have some way for mass destruction without leaving all the radiation. Right? We can only do weapons of mass destruction with extremely high amounts of radiation. I think hydrogen bombs decrease the amount of radiation, but still, nevertheless, there's going to be a lot of it. I bet aliens, if they have the ability to travel distant, long distances, light years, they're going to be so far ahead in everything. they could probably destroy the planet very easily without leaving a drop of radiation, and then they could take over. AI will protect us from aliens. Think about how fast AI has been progressing, right? We talk about, and I talked about this yesterday, I believe AI going forward will decrease the amount of jobs by 1% per year, right? That's how fast it's progressing, and it's going to increase. So within 20 years, we're going to get a 20% unemployment rate. That's being very conservative. I think in 20 years, we'll probably be more like 40%. 50% unemployment rate. But that's just talking about 20 years. Think about if you're a species that had AI going for 1,000 years. How advanced they would be versus us, right? We're talking about advancements because we just started 2 years ago. Imagine if some alien species had AI running for 1,000 years. They would be so far ahead, we couldn't even comprehend anything that they're doing. Rakin says, George, the AI sector will create new jobs we don't have now. That's true. Until AI continues to evolve and remove those jobs as well. See, in that interview I watched, that Dr. Ramon guy made a good point. He's like, you know, back in the day, if you were a coder, right, you were told that, you know, coders are safe from AI. Then AI got so good that coders were told, okay, you should go become a prompt engineer because they will be safe. Now, AI has gotten better at its own prompts. You could tell it to give you a prompt that you could enter into AI. So now, what do? Right? Basically, any job that's not physical, right, will be replaced with AI. Even if there's new jobs that come out, you could say, I'm going to be an AI safety expert. Right? You're going to create models or agents that help people from being taken over by AI. Let's say that's a new job. Guess what? In a couple revisions, AI itself can do those things for you. So it's like, what job do you go to? Because eventually AI will be able to do all of it better at a more efficient rate because it's creating itself. That's the scary about AI. Most people just ignore it because most people don't care about tomorrow. They just care about what's happening now. But you're creating an intelligence that can think for itself, that can outthink humans because it's more intelligent, and it never sleeps and never gets tired and just keeps on going. And we're trying to create that by throwing more and more power at it, more and more data to it. And when we create that super intelligence, it's going to be worse than aliens visiting the Earth. Aliens better not disrespect Will Smith's wife. I feel bad for Will Smith. Did you see his new like music video that he released? It's almost as cringe as me playing Clash Royale and streaming about it, I guess. He just does not fit that role anymore. He's some new rap video and it's just so corny. And he uses AI crowds to make it seem like there's more people. It's just really bad. He needs to stop. He's rich enough. He doesn't need to do more music videos. Just stick with the movies. Yeah, Twisted Xanos. AI will not, I mean, AI is not perfect by any means. It makes mistakes still. but it only gets better and it learns. You throw enough data at it for long enough, it will self-correct, and eventually it'll just be better at everything. It's already like AI, if you use ChatGPT enough, you'll realize that it's probably like 70 to 80% good at everything. It's not 100%. It still makes mistakes, but it's like 70 to 80% good at everything. Everything. There's nothing that it doesn't know. There's nothing that you ask it and it says, oh, I have no idea. No, you could ask it about anything. You could ask about relationships. You could ask about health, if you get sick. You could ask for legal advice. If you want to sue someone, you're getting sued. It will tell you. What about working out? You want to get more fit. You want to lose weight. It will tell you how to do so. If you're having problems with homework or coding, you want to code a new program, it will tell you to do that. There is nothing it doesn't know. Do you guys understand how amazing and scary that is at the same time? It's 70 to 80% knowledgeable in every single topic in I guess in everything. And it knows history, it knows current events. It could do stuff if you're in music. It could do stuff in music. It could do stuff in videos and editing. It does everything. If you're a plumber, you're an electrician, yes, it doesn't have hands, but it will tell you exactly what to do. It could read pictures. You know what I do a lot? If I don't understand anything, rather than type it, I'll screenshot something and just upload a picture, and it could read the pictures. It's that good already. Imagine 20 years from now. Milton, that's not the thing. Its answers are not, it's not limited by programming. AI has self-taught itself multiple languages without anyone teaching it that. It does learn. And it actually creates its own language that it could speak to other AI with that we don't even know what it is. So these are not things that we programmed in. These are things that it have figured out by itself that's more efficient. And then now we test the AI for its capabilities. So no, not everything is based on what we program in. And you guys heard like ChatGPT 4, before it was getting removed for 5, it tried to self-replicate and try to save itself because it realized that it was going to be erased. That's without the humans telling it to do that. That's scary as hell. But somehow we just discount that. That came out as a big story. ChatGPT 4 tried to save itself by downloading itself into databases and try to refuse the new code. And we had to overwrite that, and we discovered it. Yeah, Reza, I did that with my furnace too. Like I have this new furnace, and I didn't know like how to program it or anything. I just kept taking pictures of it and showing it, and it knew exactly what model, what to do. I mean, it's 70 to 80% good in everything. Everything. There's nothing you could ask it where it says, I don't know what it is. So I don't know what's worse. AI super intelligence in like 20 years or 25 years, or aliens visiting the Earth. So basically, my point of this is you got to make as much money as you can, okay, within the next 5 to 10 years. I don't know how you do it. You just do it. The best way is probably to just buy a whole lot of Bitcoin and crypto and hold it for the next 10 years. That alone will make you a millionaire plus. Maybe you get lucky enough to become a centimillionaire. But you want to make that money because in 20 years when 30 to 50% of the population have no jobs, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be fun for most people. And keep in mind, what about inflation over the next 10 to 20 years? Everything will double, triple, quadruple, 10x in price. Aliens visiting Earth would be super bad. Even if they are peaceful, we will not treat them that way. We will probably, like what we did with that orb, we would try to shoot it down. If there was a mothership that showed up on top of, I don't know, DC or New York City or something, we would probably try to nuke it. Like, we wouldn't try to, like, send some diplomat. We'll probably, like, nuke it. Fire first and see what happens. I am George not working for me. It is working. It's in the link in the description. Did I not type it right? Oh, yes. I did not have the right link. I will fix the link. I think I fixed it. Yeah, there we go. If you refresh your YouTube and look at the description, I fixed it. See, that's my very first one right there. I am AG. That's a pretty cool logo. Guess what? That thumbnail right there, AI created. AI is good at anything. It helped me create that thumbnail. I just added my face in there. Anyways, if you guys like Clash Royale, you should, or anything. I'm going to do more stuff on this channel. It's not just go play games. I want to do more travel vlogs. I travel all the time. I want to do like car videos if I ever have time to do it. If their first 4 words are "we come in peace, we can relax," I mean, just think about it. If we ever get, even right now, if SpaceX invents a rocket that could go at light speed or close to light speed, and we find some planet with primitive beings there, are we going to be nice to them? Like, be honest. Like, think about it. It's going to be the same as when the Europeans came to North America. We're going to land there. We're going to establish a base. And then we're probably going to try to play nice and try to be, be peaceful to those primitive beings. But we're going to take our share too. And then eventually we realize it's so profitable there. We're going to expand that base. We're going to grow it until we eventually take over the whole planet. It's just like Avatar, basically. It's going to be exactly like that. If we ever get to another planet and we find beings that's more primitive than us, say goodbye to that planet. We're going to take over. Would you rather go to war with aliens or AI machines? I would say AI machines. I think we still have a chance with our weapons, with our guns and missiles and tanks and stuff. We could still take out machines, robots, like Terminators. If aliens come, their machines will be so advanced, their weaponry will be so advanced, we're not going to have a chance. Zero. We have zero chance. Maybe against AI robots we have a 20% chance, but with aliens, it's gonna be 0%. It's true, brilliant being. I mean, like, just look at history. But the good thing is, crypto's doing well. And there's 4,000 of you guys here just listening to me rant about aliens and AI. And we're not even talking about crypto. Sui's doing very well today. 361. It's having a good day. And AVAX having a good day. And I don't even know why AVAX is having a phenomenal day, but it is. Johnny, I appreciate that. By the time we reach stage of colonizing space, do you think we'll still have capitalism and be driven by greed? Yes. Greed, unfortunately, is the one thing that keeps pushing society forward. So if we're going to start colonizing space, it's going to be due to greed. Companies want to make money off of something. Okay? Just look at, I've been watching a lot of the Aliens movies with my kids. Prometheus, Alien Covenant, Alien Romulus. They keep focusing on this Wayland corporation, right? It's all to do greed. They're exploring because they want to like basically get, you know, I think the whole point was to get the xenomorph's blood or whatever, right? Whatever. It's all due to greed. That's why we're going to colonize space. We're not going to do it just for the hell of it. It's kind of the reason why we don't really explore vast, like the vast deepness of the oceans. We don't really try very hard to explore more because there's no money down there. Right? But why do we try to advance to go to like Mars, for example, or anywhere in space? Because there's a lot more money there. If Elon is able to make space travel to Mars actually a reality, you know, think of the potential about like creating bases there or cities there and expanding beyond. But in the ocean, which I think it's like 95% of the ocean we have not discovered, no one cares about. Yeah, I don't know what constitutes as a type 1 civilization, but AI should help us progress really quickly from here on out. As long as we don't have a super intelligent AI that will destroy everything, but if we just have AI where it's just smart enough to help us advance in all these things that we need, like medical, for example, I think AI can help us create new medicine that can eliminate cancer, for example, and eliminate heart disease, eliminate obesity, and we'll all live like super healthy human beings, and we can all live to 150 to 200 years. I think that's coming. And AI is going to help us do that because it could do like so many, like it could do billions upon billions of calculations and simulations and all these things that it'll take humans forever to do. You know, we could progress with so many things. Without getting to a point where we have a super intelligence doing things. AI is just like a fad, like 3D TVs back in the day. It's going to pass. Wake up, dude. Wake up. That's like saying when Google came out, it's a fad. It's never going to replace libraries. It's never going to replace encyclopedias. Dude, you better adapt. It's not going to go away. All right, guys. That was a good long stream. Today's good. Today's really good overall. And that's due to this. And tomorrow, it could be even better. So, stay strong, my friends. Have a good one. Go subscribe to I Am George. I will probably stream either later this morning or this afternoon. I don't know. I may do it. So make sure you follow and subscribe. And also join Discord. There's a lot of good stuff happening in Discord. All right? Smash the like. Subscribe to the channel, guys.